Latest news update from Western Mass News.
I'm Matt Satilli, and here's your latest news update from Western Mass News. It's opening night in Springfield. The Thunderbirds are back in town for the start of the regular season. After last year's magical postseason run, they'll raise the banner commemorating their first ever Eastern Conference championship. The puck drop for tonight's game against the Bridgeport Islanders at 7:05 p.m. As we enter the winter months, local health experts are warning of a possible COVID-19 surge and are pushing for people to get their vaccines. Springfield Health and Human Services Commissioner Helen Colton Harris tells Western Mass News, with people gathering indoors more often and being closer together, she believes it's, quote, critical that we get vaccinated and boosted. However, she does add there's no indication of a spike in cases at the moment. After this week's tragedy in Bristol, Connecticut, which resulted in 3 police officers shot and 2 killed, one local police officer is bringing awareness to the dangers of being a first responder, including mental health challenges that some go through on a daily basis. That's why Officer Douglas Kingsley of Sherborne is dedicated to making a difference. He started a 10-day journey this morning, walking across the entire state of Massachusetts.
Good Saturday evening, everybody. First Alert meteorologist Liam Murphy here. It was a beautiful day today, although we did start off a little bit chilly with temperatures only in the upper 30s for your morning lows this morning. But we did rebound nicely, even making it a little bit mild today with temperatures in the upper 60s. We were at 68 degrees over in Springfield, 68 in Westfield, and 65 over in Pittsfield were our highs today. Now temperatures right now are starting to fall into the 50s. We're at 59 in Springfield, 56 in Westfield, 58 in Holyoke and in Northampton, as well as Amherst. So it is still a little bit warm out there, but we are going to cool down quickly. We do have a little bit of a breeze coming out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Satellite and radar are completely clear right now, but we do have a little bit of some activity going on in the Great Lakes region, which is going to develop and move into our area, and we are tracking some rain for your day on Monday. But tomorrow is looking really nice once again. For tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies. It will be a little bit chilly with temperatures down into the lower 40s. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies. Another kind of mild day with temperatures in the mid-60s. And then beyond that, we are tracking some rain for your day on Monday that could linger into Tuesday with temperatures in the 50s cooling down for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Check out these morning lows near freezing for your day on Wednesday. And then we do have a nice drying trend and warming trend as we get towards the next weekend and the following week after that.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.